had cracked from the ceaseless pounding of the water. So it was water that set off the fire alarm, which was on the ceiling or the deckhead of this room. The scary thing about that was, on Ellie Deirdre, that was the only watertight compartment on the whole ship. So had the wall of that bosun's store, had that cracked with the weight of water, that ship would have foundered, that ship would have sank. So what we had to do at that stage was we had to get this very heavy emergency pump, and again it was an ordeal to get it up along the main deck using the lifelines. We got it in to begin pumping out this area. It took 5 hours, so it was a dreadful, dreadful night.
Last night we coming back to the ship, you know, we remember we were bouncing over the waves and it's in pitch black, in the middle of nowhere. We could see the ship in the distance, just the orange lights in the distance. We were heading back in the delta, taking off out of the water, and I said, what if we hit a log or a barge or something sunk in the water? We were gone out of it. So just the talk was in your head like, how did I end up here? You know, heading for maybe a drug boat or a contraband smuggler or whatever, armed and not knowing what you're facing, you know.
You'll come up bridge, you'll come up bridge.
Armed boarding exercises take place during every patrol. For a few hours, 10 of the Roisin's sailors become soldiers.
Navy, put hands in the air! I'm Navy, hands in the air! I'm Navy! Get your hands in the air! There! Puff and Bucky!
This training is vital because when it comes to the real thing, the Navy will have little or no time to prepare. The Marita Anne was arrested off the Kerry coast in 1984.
The Fina trawler was escorted to Cork by the Emer and Ashling, the naval patrol vessels which had arrested the trawler northwest of the Skelligs off the Kerry coast at 1 o'clock this morning. The naval service pounced as the trawler headed for land, having transshipped a huge quantity of weapons, submachine guns, pistols and ammunition from a vessel at sea. The trawler didn't stop when ordered to do so by the Emer, so 4 rounds of tracer were fired across her bows. When she then stopped, a naval guard boarding party went aboard and arrested 5 men, 2 of them evidently well-known subversives. The arms were destined for the Provisional IRA.
The ships involved in the Marita Anne arrest are still in service today, 25 years after they were built.
Morning, call the hands.
Life on board the newer ships is more comfortable, which makes spending 21 days away from home a little easier. But life at sea has changed for all sailors.
8 or 9 years ago, if you had a video in your cabin, everyone was in there watching the video, you know? But it's different now, like. Nearly everybody on board has a laptop now. I'd say there's a television and a PlayStation in every cabin.
I know every move in Lara Croft. Next.
This is our 4th one.
Okay, well, it depends for yours, you know? Especially on a Saturday of a long weekend or something like that.
This ship is fine, you have your space, you have your comfort. You go to the Peacocks and you're sharing a cabin space with 11. The bunks are 3 high, with 11 lads in there. Now that's tough. So the accommodation is grand out there. It is the most comfortable accommodation of what we have in the Navy.
All Irish naval ships are named after women, but it took until 2000 before the Navy allowed a woman to serve on board.
I wanted to be here since I was like 5. Well, my dad is here, and I have 2 older brothers here. My uncle was here. Just everybody. I've grown up with it for my whole life, so I just automatically wanted to be here. Because when I wanted to be here, they would say, no, they don't take girls in the Navy. I said, when I'm old enough, they will. So, and they did. It's grand because in our mess there's about 20 in our mess, and there's 2 of us, 2 girls with the lads.